Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So it is time for my April plan with me, and this is going to be a little bit of a different one because, as you might realize, April means it is the start of Q2, which means I will have a separate quarterly plan with me video. But I do have my PROJO just to kind of show you how March went, and I'll go through all 3 months and how Q1 went in the next quarterly plan with me video. So let's go ahead and take a look at March. So first, you might notice that my PROJO looks a little different, and that is because the recycled leather cover that I was using, I actually had a little bit of a blowout. So the bottom section where the elastic connected, it disconnected, and so the elastic is like loose. So I need to figure out a way to try and fix it, but for the time being, I at least had a plastic cover left over from one of my older ones, and so I just put my books in here so that I could keep going and not have to worry about things falling out. So let's take a peek. It is March. So here is March. I am currently filming on the 18th because my plan with me is going to go up this weekend. And as you can see, things are going. I was sick this first week of March, so not much happened. I did do a ton of grading and lesson prep, so that is good. I also finished grades for the most part. I have one last thing I have to do soon for this weekend, I think. And yeah, the rest of it, we will see how it is going. Then I have this over here. So all of these next units, I'm not sure what's going to happen because we are currently in lockdown in France, and that means there is no school in school. So we're sending work to kids, but I don't actually know how long that's going to last. So I'm not sure what that's going to mean for these upcoming units. We shall see. Then this is going to be a fast one because we're going to go more into it when I do my next quarterly plan with me. So this March 1st was over here. So as you can see, this was just kind of a standard week. So I've got this week over here. I was actually on sick leave, so that is why this is like totally messy. I thought I was going to be going into work, so I had already set that stuff up, but unfortunately that didn't actually happen. Then this is last week, and you might notice that my bookmark is still on last week and that this is not at all filled in. That is because things have been a little crazy and I honestly just have not gotten to it. I did do some things, but none of the admin stuff got done. Yeah, it's been kind of weird. Then this is this week currently, and as you can see, completely wide open, have not even filled anything in down there. I started filling in this stuff, which is good. I have been filming today, so that's good. I'm gonna have my live chat this afternoon. I actually have been doing some moving in the morning, which is good because obviously I can't really leave my house, so I need to get exercise somehow. And then this is an adapted work schedule based on what we're doing while the kids aren't actually in school, like how we're gonna send them work and that kind of stuff. But as you can see, with how things have been going, I honestly just haven't really been filling in my PROJO that much. I hopefully will start getting into more of a routine. I've kind of taken this week to kind of figure things out, if you will, but I hope to get into some sort of a routine because I don't think we know even how long this is gonna last. So yeah. And then I've got next week, and weirdly, okay, look, I don't know what happened, but somehow I filled out this and didn't fill out this week. I don't actually know why, but none of this is actually filled out. So like, don't ask me how that actually worked out, but this is gonna be the last week in here. So that is kind of what's going on in here. Let's take a look at my bullet journal. So March is here. March was my little sort of muted spring colors, which I still do love that quote a lot. So this is March. There's a ton of white out here because I had filled in my rough schedule for work, and obviously that is not gonna happen. I will also probably have to cancel, or my haircut will probably get canceled for me, so that's gonna be a bummer, but you know, it is what it is. So intentions, I'm working on stuff actually. I have done 3 Talk to Me in Korean lessons so far this month. I have watched 1 video in Italian. I finished reading my book in Spanish, and I've started 1 in French. I do need to read more in Italian. Font has not been super productive, got to work on that. Exercising, beginning of the month was not very productive, but things are picking up a little bit, although I am not going to get my walks I think in general, just I have to figure out how this whole quarantine situation with the like permission slip that we have to fill out to go out and do things is gonna work. Like, I don't know yet, we'll see. I've done a ton of sewing. Actually, this is basically all this week and last week because I've had a lot more free time and I've needed things to keep my mind off of things. But I need to work on some of these intentions that I had set because I haven't gotten to those yet. Got my tracker. Honestly, overall it's doing fairly well. I've still got a week and a half left in the month and I have read 2 books, so hopefully I'll get more reading in now that I have some more enforced time at home. But yeah, the walking thing is gonna eventually get to me because I don't exercise a ton in general. Like, most of my exercise comes from walking, and that is going to be what hits me, I think, the hardest because I am used to getting a little bit of walking in, so we'll see. Then I've got my weeklies. So because this first week in March I was sick, as you can see, basically Monday through Friday was like just here. And then I was trying to catch up on stuff Saturday and Sunday. And then, you know, I was back at school this day, but still not feeling super well. So I didn't get a lot of extra stuff done. I was also working off of this stuff. So there was no reason to kind of migrate this stuff over since I was still on the same page. And then I finished out the week and just had this little note that schools and shops were closed and social distancing is in effect, well, physical distancing is in effect to fight the coronavirus here in France. And yeah, then we've got this week. So this week is our first week on official kind of lockdown, quarantine, physical distancing, etc., etc. So I just had a little label over here and I started filling out some stuff. As you can see, I've gotten some things done, but I have some stuff left from Monday that I still haven't done. So that's why I'm not migrating them yet. I'm gonna wait until I finish out the page, but hopefully one of these days coming up, I will start working on those. And then just to kind of remind myself of all of the things that I can do while I'm at home and, you know, not really seeing anybody in person and not going out for walks and doing things, which hopefully I'll get in a couple of walks, but I don't think, since I live in the center of town, I don't think it's going to be really feasible or wise for me to go for a walk every single day because I am always going to be in the center of town basically. So I don't know, we'll see. But I just took some time and made a list of all of the things that I can work on while I'm here, all the things that I have wanted to work on for a while. As you can see, a lot of sewing has happened. I actually ended up sewing 3 cut projects, so projects that I had already cut out. I sewed up 3 of them yesterday alone, which is great because I have all of these other ones that I'd like to work on cutting out, so I feel less guilty doing that if I have fewer projects that I've cut out, you know, that I cut out a while ago that I haven't yet gotten to. So I'm gonna just kind of work my way through this while we're on quarantine. I will still have work stuff to do, obviously, but at the moment I haven't made a tracker for that, and if I do, it's most likely going to be in my teacher bullet journal because it's going to be work related. I just did this was for work, prepping for this week, and I have to do a check-in, which I had, well, I did it. I didn't actually write it on my daily for whatever reason. So yeah, that's kind of how things are going here. My dailies in general are fairly short, but I'm trying to write down specific things that I want to work on. And then this is just like, if I am like, hey, what can I work on? I can come here, and as I work through stuff, I can cross things off. So that is March right now. Like, honestly, it is a super weird month. Yeah. So I am giving myself one more spread for the end of the month because I don't think I'll quite get all of this week on this one page, and I still have next week. So that is one spread for the end of this week and next week, and then I'm gonna dive right into April. Now, because this is a changeover into Q2, I'm not going to do anything in my PROJO. It's just going to be in my bullet journal today. So this is going to be a pretty short video. And if we're being perfectly honest, I prepped this month on the fly. I literally did not even do a full spread. I am not thinking about my PROJO quite yet because things are so crazy and up in the air. I honestly just took a piece of scratch paper. So, oops, uh-oh, pen's flying. So this is what I've got. As you can see, it's very low-key. This is a leftover piece of paper from something I didn't need for work. So yeah, I wanted bright colors. So we're gonna do colors first. I decided to go with sort of pastel watermelon within a pink accent. So I just have my pink PENTEL sign pen, and then I've got 761 and 243, and those are gonna be my colors. I just wanted something really bright and happy because yeah. And then I really couldn't see doing a straight April quote. And so what I did is I just searched for calm quotes, and I found this one, and this speaks to me. I don't know, maybe you guys are more in like the serious vein of things, but I find that when I start getting stressed out, I need a little tongue-in-cheek humor to kind of help me calm down. And so I decided on this Oscar Wilde quote. It's from The Importance of Being Earnest, and I didn't take the whole thing. It's really long, so I didn't take the whole thing. So I have just, well, I can't eat muffins in an agitated manner. The butter would probably get on my cuffs. One should always eat muffins quite calmly. It is the only way to eat them. That's supposed to be an M at the end there. I don't know. I don't know what I did. I literally just did this like 10 minutes ago as I was trying to decide what to do for my April plan with me. And honestly, this is ridiculous. Like, obviously it's an absurd quote, but just a reminder to be calm in a way that is not super serious. And I feel like I'm gonna need that over the next month, because honestly, who knows how long we're gonna be in lockdown. So yeah. So this literally, this is my setup. Like, guys, it's a weird month. So I'm gonna go ahead and time lapse you guys and set things up. And I did actually make a little note up here that it's April. I did a little tick mark, and I just wrote a little W because April starts on a Wednesday. There's 30 days, so I marked that out. And then I just did my mark out for my tracker. But it's gonna be super simple this week. So let's go ahead with the time lapse. So here is April. As I mentioned, it was a quick one. So this was a really long quote, and I knew I wasn't going to be able to letter everything. So I decided to accent a couple of words in pink, and honestly, I decided this as I was going, so it's maybe not as well balanced as I would have liked, but you know what, it's fine. So I then just did normal cursive with everything else. So I just used my 3 colors, and I ended up having this Oscar was mostly centered. So I just did the first initial rather than doing Oscar Wilde so that it would stay kind of centered, because if I did Wilde, it would have gone out to like here and would really throw it off. So that was just the reason behind that. And then I just did kind of a funky little April, and I actually kind of want this to be longer. We're gonna fix that. All right, so that looks a little bit better, I think. It's a little messy because I originally had it shorter, obviously, but yeah, just kind of a goofy sort of lettering for that. Then I've got my monthly as usual. I'm honestly gonna wait to fill this out because I have no idea what's gonna be happening over the next few weeks, so we shall see. And then intentions, I'm keeping my same. So font, exercise language, and textiles, and actually it's languages, there we go. And I'm gonna wait and see how the rest of this month goes before I actually fill them in, but I do know that I'm gonna keep the same 4 basic categories. And then we've got tracker. So I didn't have as much room, so I just did track because it goes with check, read, review. They're kind of action verb type things, so I just left it like that. So everything is exactly the same on my tracker. Same thing over here. I'm going to write this in. I didn't actually get to this, but the same goal of read 4 books. So that is not changing in the slightest. So yeah, that is it. You know, normally I would have my PROJO, but you guys will have to see that in the next video since it is a changeover to a new quarter. So I will get to that when I get to that. So that is what I've got for you guys today. Honestly, I am kind of trying to keep to my normal schedule just to maintain some sense of normalcy during this time. And yeah, just definitely really thinking about all the things that I am grateful for and trying not to focus on all of the things that, you know, are not going well or that could go wrong or that could get a little bit screwy. And yeah, hope everyone is staying safe and healthy, and let me know down in the comments, you know, how things are going, if there is any kind of content that you would like to see to kind of help take your mind off things. And yeah, I hope you guys are doing well, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Hey guys, so if you've made it all the way to the end of this video and are actually watching my end screen and you're not subscribed to my channel, I would really appreciate it if you would. There's a little button right there for you to do it. And if you're interested in watching some more of my videos, I have links to 2 of my older videos off to the left there, so you can check those out if you would like to, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.